first we're going to start with our very first problem on Guam, which is hydration. If you drink coffee, it doesn't count. Coffee is a diuretic. You lose more water than you gain when you drink coffee. Tea doesn't count. Milk is food. Fruit juices don't count. Are you starting to get the idea? All the things that we normally drink and think we're drinking things don't count. All that counts towards our daily water allowance are salads and water. Now this Essentia water has a pH of 9.5. Now what is pH? Our blood chemistry, we have a 7.365 is our blood chemistry. Okay, that's what the pH of our blood. What does it mean? If we're eating things or drinking things with a pH below 7.365, we're adding acids to our body. If we eat or drink things that have over 7.365, we're removing acids from our body. Okay? Now, it's pretty much established fact now that acids encourage detrimental health effects. Okay? However, that said, dehydration itself is very significant. 95% of Americans are dehydrated. I'm willing to say 99% of people on Guam are dehydrated. Now, how does it work? What does dehydration mean? Just drinking water isn't sufficient. If I drink water, but it's not the correct pH and it doesn't have the correct minerals in it, I'm going to sweat and I'm going to pee more. Okay? Those are the two things that are going to happen. So, just drinking water isn't the solution either. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. What happens is a lot of people who get muscle pains, joint pains, back pains, these pains are actually a result of dehydration. So, a lot of times I'll tell people, take good water, which Fiji water or a good filtered water. You can add, where is our trace mineral? Oh, they didn't send any trace minerals? Oh, here we go. Okay, this is concentrate. And here's another that's this is called no muscle cramps. This is concentrate trace mineral drops. So let's talk about this first. Inside here, basically, this is taken from the Great Salt Lake. They've removed all of the water, of course, and they got down to the minerals. Now, in the Great Salt Lake, it's a magnesium lake, so it has a really high concentration of magnesiums and, of course, sodium chloride, which is salt. So they remove most of those. Now, the rest that are left are called trace minerals. All right, our body has 72 different minerals in it. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't know what a lot of them do yet, but there's pretty good feeling that since everyone has the same 72 minerals, they're doing something. All right. Now, so we want to try to put the back in our body. Now, when we're sweating, we sweat out water, we sweat out salt, sodium chloride, and we sweat out minerals. Now, we're not too bad at putting the water back in. I think we are bad at it, but we seem to do that. Salt, yeah, people seem to do that. But the mineral part, we're horrible at it. So on Guam, we have three complicating things. We're dehydrated. Okay, we're taking salt in the wrong form, which is table salt, which is the Morton salt is very unhealthy. You should throw that away. You should be taking only sea salt or Himalayan pink salt or Celtic salt. One of those three salts. Any other salt is very unhealthy. Okay, now let's go to the next step of how to get hydration started. For someone Irene's size, she should be drinking 2 liters of water per day. All right, 2 liters. She'll feel 100% better. She'll get thinner. She'll get better looking. She'll be happier, especially if she adds the concentrates, which is your trace minerals. Now, for the liter, you want to add about 20 drops to. This is 1.5 liters. So this would be about 30 drops. You may taste, if you have really good taste buds, you may taste a little bit of a salty taste, but actually your body likes that. After a little while of drinking it, your body, because that's what your body actually wants when it's drinking. It wants to get those minerals, so it becomes happy. Now, So that's what we want to try to do. Nate, you need to be drinking 3 liters, 2 of these full bottles a day. Now what you should try to do, this is a good brand, so I'd recommend this. In the morning, from the time you wake up, the very first thing you do before you even yawn, well, you wouldn't yawn when you wake up, you might, before you stretch, you want to drink at least half of this bottle and 2 glassfuls. What you're doing is you're replacing all the water you lost during the evening. When we're breathing during the day, we lose 1.5 liters of water when we're exhaling. Water is necessary to carry carbon dioxide out of our body. If we don't have enough water and we're dehydrated, we actually accumulate carbon dioxide. It's actually a bit of a problem that happens. Now the body doesn't like that, so it pulls water from all over your body for 3 main things: your brain, your lungs to exhale, and to digest food. So you can imagine, if you're dehydrated already and your body pulls water out of your cells, what happens to your cells?
I imagine they start shriveling up.
They're not happy. They do in fact shrivel up, but they're definitely not happy is the worst part. And they create pain, is what they do. They create an unease feeling or a feeling of tiredness or pain, right? Now, the key thing that we're going to be doing, now in my case, when I started with the water, I weighed 228 pounds. I've actually gained weight to 244 pounds, but I lost an inch on my waist. How do you get 16 pounds heavier and lose an inch on your waist? My cells absorbed the water. They were dehydrated. Now, I had read and studied this, and I thought it was a little bit silly or ridiculous. If I'm drinking water, it's going into my cells. Well, that's not quite true. You need something called magnesium. And magnesium is the big transport mechanism. There's other mechanisms like reverse osmosis and osmosis, but magnesium is the best way to get water into your cells. So this has magnesium in it, of course, in a couple different forms. This product is called Stress X. This is really good. When you want that coffee, just take one of these. Now, about coffee, another thing that works with coffee is spraying or putting a little of this in the concentrated form in your mouth and swishing it around for about a minute and then drinking. When your body wants coffee or chocolate or something sweet, it really wants minerals. That's what it really wants, because minerals come from, sweet things come from fruits. Fruits come from trees. Trees have roots. The roots go deep underground, bring the minerals. So our body has just decoded sweet equals fruit equals minerals. Same thing, you'll find a lot of people who drinking water all the time. They're constantly thirsty. Constantly thirsty. Those people are also trying to get minerals, because in the past, when the water came out of the mountains, it had minerals in it. So we would drink it and we would get minerals that way. It's not a great way, but it's better than not getting the minerals. So okay, so to conclude the water, for a woman, Irene size, 2 liters a day. For someone Nate's size or my size, 3 liters a day is correct. We want to add the concentrates, which is essentially all the trace minerals we need. Now for taste, and also I like to add this Stress X. This makes it taste like lemon lime, this specific one, but also it has a lot of magnesium, so you get that rush of water and basically oxygen coming into your cells, so you feel good. You know, it's like you're feeling run down or something, and ooh, suddenly you're picked back up again. Also, magnesium works to digest proteins that like to stay in the colon. The colon basically gets lined with protein. The magnesium will break it up and then flush it out of your system. So it'll help you feel better, but the big thing is those undigested proteins that sit there have toxins in them, and then they can result in all kinds of cancers and bleeding and ulcers and problems in the digestive tract. All right.